The German and Greek finance ministers are holding talks with IMF and Eurogroup chiefs ahead of a meeting of eurozone finance ministers on Friday. The talks are aimed at striking a deal on the request made on Thursday by Greece for a new 6-month bailout. Germany rejected the request despite it being welcomed by the European Commission. The existing bailout deal expires at the end of the month and Greece could run out of money without a new accord. Germany's Wolfgang Schaeuble and Greece's Yanis Varoufakis are meeting in Brussels with IMF Managing Director Christine Lagarde and Jeroen Dijsselbloem, the Dutch finance minister who heads the Eurogroup. During a break in the talks, Mr. Dijsselbloem said the situation was quite complicated. I am talking to the main players trying to find a solution. It will take some time, but there is still reason for some optimism, but it is still very difficult. I hope to tell you the outcome in a couple of hours' time. The unscheduled negotiations have delayed the start of the finance ministers' meeting, which was due to commence at 1400 hours o'clock GMT. Arriving for the Eurogroup meeting, Mr. Varoufakis said he hoped there would be a deal struck on Friday. The Greek government has not just gone the extra mile, but the extra 10 miles, and now we are expecting our partners not to meet us halfway, but a fifth of the way. Hopefully at the end of this, we come out with some white smoke, he said. Meanwhile, French President François Hollande reiterated that Greece belonged in the eurozone and there were no plans for it leaving, following talks in Paris with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Greece is in the eurozone and it must remain in the eurozone, he told a joint news conference with Ms. Merkel. Ms. Merkel said German politicians were very much geared towards Greece remaining in the euro, adding that the Greek people had made a lot of sacrifices to do so. However, she said there was a need for significant improvements in the substance of the Greek request ahead of a vote in the German parliament next week. Earlier on Friday, the German government's stance appeared to soften after a spokeswoman for Ms. Merkel said Greece's request for a loan extension from its eurozone partners provided a starting point for more talks. From the German government's point of view, the request is still not sufficient, said Christian Wirtz. But it certainly offers a starting point for further talks. One Greek government official described the phone call as constructive, adding, "The conversation was held in a positive climate, geared towards finding a mutually beneficial solution for Greece and the eurozone." Germany stands to lose up to Euro 80 billion if Greece were to leave the eurozone. Mr. Tsipras won elections in late January on a platform of rejecting the austerity measures tied to the bailout. A Greek government source said on Thursday the Eurogroup had just two choices, to accept or reject the Greek request. We will now discover who wants to find a solution, and who does not. Greece formally requested a 6-month extension to its Eurozone loan agreement on Thursday, offering major concessions as it raced to avoid running out of cash within weeks.